I've been there, feeling lost and not knowing what to do with my life. I remember being 12 years old, trying to make money online. I was so confused by all these gurus. They're promoting 10 different business to make money online. But 12 months later, I've made my first $1,000 online. That happened because I got my shit together and figured out exactly what it takes. It's not about doing good habits, reading book a week, or working on your business 12 hours a day. It's actually easy than you think. You just need to put focus and productivity in place. Then you don't need to worry about doing 10 different habits that will change your life, or even what to do to make your first $1 million by 25. Just chill. You got to first start building your focus so that you can be more productive. You are in a phase where you don't know where to start and what to do. You wake up at 7 a.m., scrolling on Instagram, getting ready for your commute, and spending 8 hours on the work you hate. You're following the script that tells you to just enjoy your life and work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and waste your weekend. But deep down, you know this is not a life you truly want. You want to wake up and do something you care about, helping people with their problems and providing the solution. You don't care about making presentations for your boss and doing a lot of shallow work. You want to dedicate a full amount of focus for 2 hours every morning. And this is when you start to realize that you need to take your life seriously. You feel drained by overstimulation. You feel tired because you spend your whole day on the work you hate. But you know you're worth more. You want to do big things in life. You want to dedicate the next 6 to 12 months building something meaningful and impactful, not just making money, but change other people's life and make someone else's life easier. Take 30 minutes, write down the ideal life you truly want. Make it specific in terms of health, wealth, and relationships. Focus on the top of the list for each area and spend the next 90 days making it a habit. Come back later and see how much progress you have made. Even if you just reach 50% of your goals, it's better than not achieving at all, because goals are not you need to obsess over, because goals are not what you need to obsess every single day. It's actually the work, the effort you put in, and you have the only present moment to change your life. Don't focus on past mistakes or think about the goals every day. Focus on how you can improve your work so that you're no longer in a place where your life is wasted. I've been there, wasting days, weeks, or even months before I start making content on YouTube. I took the first action to draw the bigger picture. And from there, I started taking my life seriously. I started making my work priority every single day. That is when I felt more fulfilled, even though I don't get overstimulation from social media. And this is why I have the program that teaches you how to develop focus from the foundational perspective. I have 5 frameworks that will transform your productivity to the next level. So you don't need to worry about skipping the works. I've built a system that works for me over the past 3 years. And my student Paulo and Skep have done it, and now they're making money online as the result of following the system I've made in this program. So click the first link in the description below. I want you to answer this question. What is the first action that will make you at least 1% closer to your goals today? When you feel unmotivated and you don't have the discipline to do your work, you've got to realize that your dopamine levels are at their lowest. And the truth is, you can really increase them so that you can feel more motivated and more energized, and you are disciplined to do the work, because your dopamine is all you need to feel the fulfillment and happiness from your work. If you don't feel fulfilled from your work, you've got to reset your baseline by doing dopamine fasting. Ideally, you want to increase your fulfillment and happiness. That's when you don't engage in overstimulation and trying to feel happy and fulfilled in the present moment. But in the future, you know that you are a loser. And personally, I don't believe in monk mode. If you want to reset your dopamine levels, if you do, you will end up craving that overstimulation. And once you're done with your monk mode, you come back to your old behaviors. So don't start fixing the problem by removing all the causes. You've got to start by reducing the causes intentionally over a period of time. That way your brain is not shocked by craving that cheap dopamine you get from social media. Write down all your bad habits that make you feel good but don't necessarily improve your life in a meaningful way. Break one bad habit a month and replace it with one good habit. Make it a 12-month journey and don't try to rush the process. It's pretty much the same in fitness. there's a season of bulking and cutting. In fitness, if you have a good amount of muscles as well as definition, you don't cut your calories all at once. You gradually increase them over a long period of time. It's not like you eat less 50% in a day in the next 30 days and you will achieve your ideal physique. But you focus on your nutrition, how you can optimize the macros and eat less calories. Because if you do it all at once, you will lose a ton of muscle. This is basically the same thing if you want to build the dopamine baseline. You want to keep doing less bad habits and replace them with good habits. But you don't want to make the change so quick so that your brain is not craving that overstimulation and cheap dopamine, and you don't feel low energy or motivation to do the work. So the point here is to replace your bad habits with good habits. Don't just remove all your bad habits and think you're done. I guarantee you will start doing them all at once again. So the question is, what are those bad habits you're struggling with, and what is your strategy to start replacing them with good habits over the next 12 months? The easiest way to make more results with your work is by simply applying this law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You don't need to overthink about productivity methods or habits you need to do. Just remind yourself that if you take action today, you will start seeing results tomorrow. And maybe it's not as quick as you expect, but remember, good things take time. If you're now at your dopamine baseline, you have no distractions to do the work. You don't need overstimulation from social media, sugar, or nicotine to feel good about yourself. You can start doing the work first thing in the morning and actually begin seeing more results because you don't rely on cheap dopamine to feel motivated to start doing the work. You're so optimized that you don't even need a single stimulation to stay focused. There's no secret sauce to make more results, but there's a bare minimum you need to do. Focus on your deep work block every day and increase the intensity and effort you put into your work. Use caffeine to boost your focus doing deep work or tasks that require cognitive function. I personally don't follow productivity methods or hacks. I know all of them are bullshit. Even when people track their food habits or even sleep, I do the bare minimum, just do the work and try to increase the intensity and put in more effort. I know I don't need to do more to make more results. I need to remove the things that don't bring me the biggest ROI. I'm a content creator. I don't need to maximize the YouTube statistics. I just focus on how I can deliver impactful message to my audience. So you're watching this video, get meaningful lessons from me. That's how my business starts earning more money. That's how I make more results by not following productivity methods, but by focusing on the bare minimum and optimizing my deep work every day. So you can check out my newsletter where I share my learning lessons every single week about my business as well as productivity. I made it for free, so join now. Link in the description below. So before we go to the next step, I want you to answer this question. What exactly is the focus work session you want to do? And how can you increase the effort and intensity? It can take weeks or even months before you realize you need to build a routine. If you struggle with procrastination, focus, and discipline, fix those problems first. Because routine is basically a system. It brings the biggest results once you have the discipline and focus in place. You don't need a routine to become disciplined. You need a routine to optimize your life so that you can achieve your goals faster. And I learned this the hard way. There is no best routine for everyone. I don't believe everyone should wake up 5 a.m. in the morning. If your brain works best at night, then optimize your light so that when you are at your peak of productivity, you're using that energy to do the work. Reading books, meditating, or doing cold plunges won't necessarily get you results in life. They are good habits, but they won't change your life unless you use it to optimize your productivity. So I don't start with habits when it comes to building a routine. I start with top 3 things I want to accomplish every single day. 4 hours of focused work, 2 hours of solid workout, 1 hour of self-education. I build a routine that optimizes my life around those 3 things. I put deep work first thing in the morning because it is the hardest task I need to do. Then I hit the gym and lift weights after I finish the focus work. I spend the rest of the day listening to podcasts or reading books about the things I want to improve. You don't need a specific time to start your routine because everyone is different. But if you keep just top 3 things in a day and you really do it every single day, you're better than most people who write down the to-do list, tracking their habits, or doing self-improvement stuff. You will start to optimize your time and make consistent progress. Just focus on the fundamentals. Don't waste your time searching for the perfect productivity method. Just answer this question. What are the top 3 things you want to accomplish every day? Start from there. Once you have your habits and routine in place, it is easy to focus on optimizing your life. Everyone has an equal 24 hours, but not everyone is a winner. Just remember, don't rush it. You need to experiment with different habits and routine until you find the most effective and optimized routine you can do every single day. You find those that help you achieve your goals, and from there, you start seeing your progress because your life is now optimized. My ideal routine might be different from yours. As long as you see progress every single month and learn something new, it is when your routine is optimized. You've got to create your own life that is challenging and fulfilling because this is your life. No one can tell you what is the best thing you need to do. You've got all the answer. You just need to follow it. Remind yourself that if you want to accomplish things, you've got to focus on the present moment and do the work. And that's the only way to make progress. So when you stop learning, you will soon realize that you're stuck because humans are meant to make progress. Remember 20 years ago, people didn't have access to information as fast as it is now. You've got to stay at the edge of knowledge. This means you learn something new every single day. You don't just learn from formal education, you dive into the unknown where you apply the newest technology and information. That's how you get an edge over someone who just follows the system to do just everyone else is doing. But you stay grounded, you keep learning and failing over and over again. You keep going because you want to improve. You will start to see results and change your life if only you take action and improve every single day. You don't improve by watching another content like this. You apply the principles for the next 6 to 12 months. And you come back to this video and comment down below how much progress you've made. That's exactly how I got my shit together and changed my life in terms of health, wealth, and relationships. If a random person on the internet can do it, you can do it too. So if you want to make the progress faster, I've made the program where I teach you the step by step in details so that you can start developing your focus and productivity is no longer a problem and you can start working every single day. You have the system and you start making money from it. My students Paulo and Scott inside my program have done it too. They're now making money online from their business as a result following my principles inside my program. So work with me, click the first link in the description below. And don't forget to grab my $1 ebook where I share my 10 lessons of starting an online business since I was 12 years old. Link in the description below and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.